But as that Ghana, we have no achievements. Or would you totally agree with him? I mean, don't we have any successes we've chalked so far?
I would disagree with my brother on many fronts. One, the blame that we seek to always blame Osajo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. I'm an Nkrumahist. So I will beg to differ. If we are to blame people, then we should blame the UP. Those behind the overthrow of Nkrumah. Now, the idea that he was the first president, he should have done this, and all that. Those who came before him, do we blame them? Those who came after him.
You know, the key problem here is he was the first prime minister, first president.
No doubt about that.
Okay, and so before him was colonial era.
Absolutely. Do we blame them?
But they handed over a very well-built Ghana.
I disagree. We wouldn't have gone for the independence in the first place. That debate, let's put it aside and look into the future and how far we have come.
Yes.
After Nkrumah, there's been many precedents. Let me use this as an example. My dad passed away when I was 12. I was in primary 4. I had every excuse not to further my education because I was 12 years. My dad is dead, gone, the one who would take care of me. I could still be complaining that my dad died when I was 12 years. That is how come I could not add any value to myself or achieve anything. All of us can point fingers to one thing or the other and blame people. Today we are here. After 68 years on, what have we also done for ourselves? What have we done for ourselves? For me, I see a nation that after 68 years on, we still spend over $39 billion on food importation. Every year, we import food. Let's look around us. Look at the weather that God has blessed us with. Look at the lands we have. How many are we? Nearly 35 million. We cannot feed ourselves. And we are still blaming Nkrumah. We are blaming Rawlings. We are blaming Liman. We are blaming Buzia. We are blaming everybody. What have we done for ourselves?
Evangelist, would you agree with me that most of these countries that have these big farms, the plantations, it is government investments.
Absolutely.
And so as a country, I feel that that is where we've also missed it, because governments have not seen the need to invest. Because yesterday I was telling somebody that, in fact, if you should have government big plantations and you get get university graduates that are fresh from school, let's go into this. Get them a place to stay. Build a very nice one room for each other. Every morning when they wake up, that is what they are supposed to do. The farm is what they are to take care of. We should grow fruits, any kind of food. And then if we want to feed ourselves, that is where we can start from. And so the planting for food and jobs, that was, an initiative of the previous government. I thought we were going to go into that. But it's like we come and we chant it and nothing comes out of it. So I think that still we'll blame leadership.
Okay. Who are the leaders? Who are those who make up the leadership? Today you can point to people who have political positions or politically exposed people. But you and I, what are we also doing for ourselves? Ghana as a country, COVID-19 came 2020. What really can we say COVID-19 taught us? What really?
That's a very good question.
Instead of the lessons COVID-19 should have taught us, today we can look back and say we borrowed and got this amount of money and squandered everything. And 2 years on, 2022, inflation was off the roof and all that. And today we are still
blaming the
suffering from
COVID.
COVID-19. Ukraine, Russia, so far away from us, were having their own war problems. And then we are here, millions of miles, thousands of miles away from Ukraine and Russia, and we still blame them. My brother, COVID-19 came, and for some of us, I'm almost 50. We have never experienced such before since I was born. And we got to know that a time can come when your borders will be closed. You cannot import, you cannot export, you cannot travel. That should have taught us that, okay, we import rice. Today we cannot even, by virtue of COVID-19, our borders are closed, we can't import. What can we do for ourselves? That even after COVID-19 and beyond, we can cut down on importation of rice, sugar, everything, milk. We didn't learn anything. And today we are here, 68 years on. We have not done this. We have not done that. Public debt. After 8 years, I remember when Ghana was, there's this interesting thing. Ghana at 50. Ghana at 40 happened when Rawlings was there. Ghana at 50, President Kufuor.
Yeah.
At least President Kufuor can look back and said, I gave you the Jubilee Packs.
The Jubilee Packs, yeah. Yes.
There's something
To
to point to Jubilee, meaning 50 years. And then Ghana at 60, 2017, happened under President Akufo-Addo. What can President Akufo-Addo today look back and point to that when Ghana was 60, when everybody was saying, if Ghana was a human being, then at 60, you are on pension. What can we boast of after 60? Now, 8 years has come. These 8 years under President Akufo-Addo. Before he came in, Ghana at 60, Ghana was owing 120.2 billion, some would say 122 billion. After he left 8 years on, our public debt stands at 721 billion. That 8 years, what he added on, 600 billion. And today, we are here. I'm happy yesterday, I didn't see him carrying his chair but it was a good thing that he was there with President Kufuor. When you look at President Kufuor, now he is seated in a wheel.
Yeah.
One of the most expensive wheels. He deserves it. Even the nation should, do more for him.
For me, I think that this Fourth Republic Constitution, he's one of the best presidents that has.
That is your thinking. Everybody has his way of thinking. Certainly, there are things we can point off. But you see, his stature alone should teach you and I, the young ones. President Kufuor, a huge giant.
Yes.
Today,
you should tell us.
He's seated down there. That is nature. So today, you are behind the mic. You think you can talk. People are listening. Tomorrow, where will you be?
That's right.
So, for me, rounding it up, I see 3 of our major problems that we need to fix. The kind of education that we have.
That's the education system.
Yes. We are blaming everybody. Our education system was handed over to us by our colonial masters who came in and their main intention was to take our raw natural resources and go. So they won't give you the kind of education that will help you add value to it. And 68 years on, we are still interested in mining our gold and exporting in its raw state. We are going to have gold. We've had gold for oil. A nation that will take its raw gold and exchange it for oil, come and drive and waste it. When the one who took your raw gold is adding value to it and getting twice or 3 times its value. We had leaders who thought that we need oil. Let's take our raw gold and get oil and come and waste it.
Evangelist.
Yes.
The main reason that pivoted that idea was that, hey, at the time, remember in 2022, 2023, our CD
Was becoming
really
weak.
facing a lot of challenges.
Yes.
That's against the dollar.
Yes.
So they felt that, okay,
Let's
we
take
have
the gold
then
and go and
we are
get
really
the
not
oil.
going to change much more money into the CD to go.
Because of time, my brother Ro, when you mine your raw gold, don't you sell it?
Yeah, we do.
You sell it. Don't you get the dollars?
Yes, we do.
You have decided not to add value to it. Dubai, that does not have the gold as its natural resource, is gaining more from gold that you mine in its raw nature. And in your wisdom, with all your education, you take your raw gold and go and exchange it for oil. You know that process. It wasn't as seamless as we think. There was a middleman who take your gold, go and sell it, give you the dollars, and buy the oil for you. And you are here, you are happy, clapping. Meanwhile, when you sell the gold, you still get your money and buy whatever you want. You have decided not to add value to it. The first one is our education. That does not make us think creatively. We are far behind. The second one is religion. Yes, religion is one of Ghana's problem. We accept everything, and 7 days a week, people are in church praying.
Instead of working.
No matter how powerful your tongues and your prayers are, your gold will never turn by itself, by prayer, will never turn into jewelry or any other things. Let's challenge our men of God. We have in front of us here, I wrote that Nanado, the legacy that he left with us. Santase Runabout to Bekwai Runabout. Let's call all our powerful men of God to come and line up here and pray. And let's see if bitumen will appear. You see, there's room for prayer. Even Jesus in the Bible said, this thing does not go by prayer and fasting.
You need to work.
We need to work and back it with prayer. The last one is our culture and our customs, our traditions. It is also one of our problems. We live in a country that the youth cannot challenge an elderly.
Yeah.
The elder is always right.
Yeah.
And today we still carry some of our chiefs on the heads of people. When UK for so many years have been using the chariots, we still have men, able men, who carry one man on their head in the name of custom. Our culture, beautiful. I'm not here to step on any toe. I'm here to say it as it is. One day I will die and go. I'm recording myself. I'm on record.
Yeah.
My children must watch this and say they had a father who was. So our culture, our customs. Let's look at how beautiful they are, how powerful and revered our chiefs are. The natural resources, they are custodians of our lands. But every natural resource that is discovered in the land does not belong to them. It belongs to the state. When they give 1 or 2 plots to people, then we blame our chiefs that they are selling our lands. Whatever they get, they don't decide to build hospitals, schools with some of these resources. Even the gold that we take from their lands, there are royalties that are, you can decide that it is small. We can have that debate. But when it comes to them, why don't they also take the initiative to, help government in terms of building schools, hospitals, and name them after them, that when they are gone, we can say that this is what they did with our royalties and all that. Today, they say they need a upper chamber, Council of State and all that. There's all that debate. But let this 68 years not come and pass. In 2 years' time, Ghana will be 70. It will happen under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He has started this, cutting down on certain things. The reason has been that where we find ourselves, We cannot go the way. 2024, we spent 50 million cedis for that occasion. 2023, 13.7 million cedis. It was estimated that this year, if we were to go that same route, we were going to spend 20 million. He has decided, I think yesterday's estimated 1.5 million cedis.
Yes. So
We need to celebrate, but we can cut down and use the resources for things that we do not have. Let's ask ourselves, do we even have the money to do this? We are owing. Mr. PJ said something and I agree with him. You don't have money. You are struggling. Your child's birthday, you decide to go for loan and come and throw a party. What kind of father are you? When you can go for a loan, buy a plot of land and start building for that child. When you start servicing the debt and you are even no more there, that child will know that at least you left a legacy. Even if there's debt to be taken care of, you have given him or her a platform to build upon. Good morning.
yeah.